What's up, guys? It's Trey Slada from the Kansas City Star. And I have my guy Carter Stanley, and it's another episode of Rock Chalk Film Room. Kansas has lost three straight games, and they lost in a devastating fashion. I think for a lot of KU fans or Kansas fans, and the biggest question I think everyone has is what's going on with Jalon Daniels. I know he hasn't looked up to his par and his standards at what Kansas fans or even outside media expected. He has 9 turnovers in 4 games. And I think Carter is the perfect guy to talk to about that as a former Kansas quarterback and see what he sees through his eyes.
Yeah, appreciate it, Treyas. And to the viewers out there, need you to bear with me. Got a little bit of a cold or something coming off of the Ireland trip. So hoping I could have a flu game performance here on this breakdown. But just going to break down some film. We got 2 clips from 2022, Jalon throwing the ball, and then 2 clips from this year, Jalon throwing the ball. A little bit of good, a little bit of bad. This first clip is on the bad side. And, I want you to look at just how he's off balanced. He's throwing it late across the field, really across his body. And, it really doesn't matter who you are. Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, if you're trying to do a throw like this and you're that off balance, throwing it that late, there's going to be issues. So that's just something that I think we need to avoid. Hopefully just kind of avoid some plays like this schematically and avoid putting Jalon in situations to throw a ball like that. It's not easy for anyone.
No, absolutely. And I think one of the most interesting things is I feel like we've seen Jalon Daniels make that throw at times in previous years. Like that rollout, whether it was right or left, was something that he was really good at, I think, especially in the Liberty Bowl, but even other games like last year. And it's one of the things that we've talked about it, and it's crossed my mind. But how much do you think rust plays a factor? I mean, he hasn't played a full game of season, football like between the last 2 years combined, right? He has 8.5 games in 2022. He has 3 games in last year with the back stuff. Do you think that is a factor in his mobility, his strength, or just a mix of everything?
Yeah, I do think it is a mix. To start off the season, say first 2.5 games, I think he was almost overconfident in the fact that, some of these plays, you would see him just throw the ball late, whether it's him being late on the read, late in the progression, but he'd just try to gas a ball down there, 40 yards, and whether it's off his back foot or not, it's just not good timing. So, I think some of that, again, it's tough to tell whether that's scheme related or Jalon kind of getting through his progressions a little slow, which kind of at the end of the day is scheme related and just how it's practiced and coached. But this clip from the 2022 Liberty Bowl, another example, it's, this was Jalon's probably best game. He just lit it up, 500 plus yards, whatever, 5 touchdowns, maybe even more. One of the best games of his life, probably the best game of his life. Yeah. But it's the same thing, rolling left. And as you can see here, again, just kind of throwing off his back foot. And again, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're late, throwing off your back foot down the field, especially to the sideline, you're going to run into issues. And I just kind of wanted to show this clip to show KU fans that, it's not just this year with Jalon. Like, it's not, lack of arm strength. It's kind of just mechanically, like, we want to avoid plays like this.
When you're throwing off your back foot, is there anything that a quarterback can do to make it easier on himself that doesn't, make him compensate for proper mechanics?
Yeah, honestly, that's a great question. I think it's tough to do, and obviously there's many instances where guys are right in your face. You're going to be leaning back naturally, but I think it's so important if you could just really drive, like collect your weight on that back foot and get some sort of momentum, rotational, not necessarily driving forward, but take all that weight, put it on your back foot and just rotate off of it instead of fully just falling back like a Dirk Nowitzki, fadeaway. You want to avoid that. So
It looks cool. I can't sit there and lie with you. It does look cool, even if it doesn't
look cool. And you know what? It feels cool. And when they work, they're great, and they go on the highlights. But it's less than 50-50, that's for sure.
100%.
So yeah, this is another clip from 2022. I like this clip a lot because these next two clips, they're going to be good timing, good mechanics. He's going to be very quiet with his body, with his feet, everything about it. Mechanically, it's great. Also, to add in a little scheme component, I would love for us to get back to running this type of play. Andy Kotelnicki, former offense coordinator, loved it. I've already seen Penn State running a few times this year with Kotelnicki calling plays. And, you know, what you get is a jet sweep. With how well we run the ball, you're going to get those linebackers sucking up. And then you're just going to see Fairchild here, the tight end nearest to us. He's just going to kind of fake like he blocks, slip by, great hard fake by Jalon, rhythm throw with great touch over the top. So, you know, this makes it so easy on the quarterback, just because all you have to do is literally catch the snap, hard fake, the scheme and the play action takes care of it all. At that point, you just do a little touch throw over the linebackers, touchdown.
Is there a particular reason you think they haven't really brought this out too much or at all, I think, this year? Do you think it's the lack of trust in some of the tight ends they have after, you know, Mason Fairchild has graduated? Or do you think it's just different offense coordinators or, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think all in all, it's just, you can kind of tell this isn't something that Grimes likes to or is used to running. And it's definitely unfortunate because, again, it's a great play. And we saw this so many times under Kotelnicki's offense. And, you know, I think the tight ends kind of do have a little bit to do with it. You know, I know Casey, just being a red zone beast, he would love to run this play. And, you know, Trevor Cardell, like those guys, they're more than capable. Fairchild was really good, but, you know, I think our guys are still more than capable to run this type of play.
100%. And let's get into the last play.
Yeah, and this last one, this is, I don't even want to talk about the game on Saturday, but yeah, this is from the game on Saturday against West Virginia. And what I want you guys to kind of look at is, again, the tempo, how quiet and calm Jalon's body is, rhythm, gets the ball out with touch to Grimm, and it looks like 2022, 2023 again. You know, very simple.
I think it was the best throw he made all day, you know, in that game. Like, it was the most decisive I've seen him look. And it felt like he knew what he was going to do before the, you know, play even started, right? And we've talked about it. Sometimes he has this tendency to, you know, dead set on a receiver, which can be a bad thing. But in this instance, I think it was a really good thing because he was wide open.
Yeah, no, totally. And again, I think a lot of it is scheme and like this play. And yeah, naturally, since this is the red zone, you're not going to hold on to the ball for 10 seconds. But, you know, again, he catches the ball, kind of one step drop, gather step, has his weight underneath him, delivers a great throw, timely touch, you know, ends up being a touchdown. So, you know, I think if we could get more plays like this throughout the game where it's just quick, you know, you get the ball, it doesn't have to be throwing out a slant route super quick or an out route, but just getting JD in rhythm and avoiding the crazy kind of rollout plays, especially to the left, and then also just the drop back plays where, you know, we've seen some breakdown on the offensive line a little bit, you know, Jalon maybe not throwing with conviction, but just more tempo, and I think that's going to allow JD to improve his mechanics.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, last year or the year before, they used to play a lot of tempo. I think Kansas used to have one of the quicker offenses in NCAA, and I think that was something always interesting to watch under Andy Kotelnicki, is in the sense of how quick they used to play, because it felt like it caught defenses off guard, and we haven't seen Kansas play that quick at all this year.
No, and I think a lot of the reason for that is it's best to do tempo when you're in rhythm and you get maybe one chunk play or two kind of, you know, decent plays, and then you get in a rhythm. I feel like with us right now, it's kind of been, you know, maybe one good play and then a disastrous play. So I think if we could just get in a rhythm, then we can promote those tempo, you know, type of drives.
100%. I think that's pretty much it from all of us, and appreciate you guys tuning in. It'll be interesting to see what happens against TCU. I know TCU has got a great young freshman or sophomore quarterback that's thrown for 1,500 yards. So I think it could be a quarterback duel if Jalon is up to the standards. Jalon Daniels is up to the standards that he's played up to in 2022 and 2023.
Definitely. No, really excited about it. Debut in Arrowhead for KU, obviously looking to get back in the win column. And, I think it's a great opportunity against a solid TCU team. And, hopefully we could get back on track.
100%.